Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordant and we are back to continue our run of Pathfinder Kingmaker in Last Azlanti. We just had the wilderness encounter here with Mr. Dalton. I'm trying to situate myself because, you know, Christmas and New Year and stuff, holidays, didn't play for a while. And what was I doing? I completed the ruined watchtower. I had the encounter over here. And I believe I wanted to go to the lone house, as this should also allow me to sell some of the stuff that I'm carrying, because I do have a lot of carry weight on my team right now. So we're gonna make our way over here, very slowly apparently. We also have a kingdom event, but we cannot reach it right now. It's fine. Let's just keep going. Yeah, I was about to say, it's been a long time since we've had to rest. I was wondering when it was gonna happen. Okay, good. Lone house. Kinda like Roadhouse, but just lone house. It is nighttime, and we have somebody screaming for help. Now, I'm gonna buff up as soon as we find some bandits around here, I believe. If I remember this correctly. I am already gonna swap my people here to start casting cantrips. Okay, he has it, and he's the only one, because we no longer have Octavia. Okay. And I usually do this entire map before I go to the actual lone house. Okay, bandits over here. Just quick checking what I had done. I have my long duration buffs with remove fear, heroism, mage armor, delay poison, more mage armor, bark skin on everybody, seems fine. So let's do long duration. And I forgot to remove her armor for this. Damn it. I think it's fine. So who has heroism and who doesn't? Okay, nobody does. So 1 and 2. Okay, no mirror image for Valerie, but it should be okay. And for these normal bandits, I'm not gonna bother with medium duration buffs. We're just gonna charge them in and kill them. So you go there, double check you have armor, you do. And everybody else just shoot. You are just shooting your thingy. By thingy I mean crossbow. Okay. All done. I won't pick up anything heavy right now because I believe we are, yeah, right on the edge. You can drink your mutagen. We are still fine. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, more bandits. More bandits. These are still fine. Ah, there's a conjurer. Awesome. That we found him out early. We're gonna go for him first. And I won't charge with Rigongar. I don't want him to get in the middle of these two here. So just go and help right here, for example. Okay, he's dead. Well, he's still gonna be taking some hits. Yep. Okay, focus on him. Damn it. I would love to give him a reach weapon, but right now this axe really is the best option for him. Okay, let's just heal him up.
We stand.
Pew pew pew. Pew pew pew.
Any fun to be had? I can see my destination.
That's Agile Fists, I believe, which nobody in our team uses. Okay.
Without a doubt.
And I think here we're gonna start disarming traps, I believe.
This requires your attention.
Okay, so Mr. Jubilost, let me just give him a little buff here.
Brilliant ideas?
I don't think he's really gonna need it, but
Yes.
it doesn't hurt anyway, so...
You can thank me
Okay, what was the
now.
check? DC 20, needs to roll a 5 or above. Okay. Is this on? Yes. Okay. One more.
Many roads to success.
Well, he needs a 5 or more if I'm giving him the
I will
buff.
see this through.
So yeah, might as well
Quiet.
keep giving him the buff.
Thinking. Child's
I
play.
Good.
see my destination.
There's many more traps
I
around
was
here,
successful in my search.
as we can see.
I stand
So,
ready.
Buffy, Buffy,
What's new?
go, go.
I will not falter.
Child's play. You can thank me now.
And I'm going to go for a bandit group on the left side of the map first.
Together we stand.
They actually have a decent shield if you have Harem in your party and you have him, you know, using shields. Okay, here's the guy crying for help. We're gonna leave him for
I
now.
found something interesting.
Just wanna take care of the traps first.
Our time has
And
come.
if I remember correctly, you really want to take care of these traps. And you want to beware, because you might find yourself charging into the bandit camp, and you may have traps around
I
you
will see this through.
when you are charging
Why
and
am
stuff
I
like that,
assistance?
which is not good.
You can thank
Okay.
me now.
My destination.
We should be right near there.
This requires your attention.
Yeah, there they are. Okay. So this trap, I think, is crucial,
What's new?
but once we take care...
I'm thinking.
No, I cannot rotate the camera here.
Any brilliant ideas?
Once we take care of this trap, I think we're
My
safe to
skills are
start
getting rusty.
charging in.
Child's
Okay,
play.
so let's see what we have. We have the bandit leader, and I believe that besides the bandit leader, there is also a
Roads to success.
some sort of caster enemy, maybe a bard or something like that. So my goal is to charge him first, because he can be somewhat of a problem. He has 34 AC, and I think he can hit quite hard. And after him, we're probably gonna go for the bard or alchemist or whatever's over there. Before we do that, though, let me just get back before I forget. And we are going to do our medium buffs. So, medium duration, buff up. It's so wonderful not having to do this by hand. Okay, are we all done? No. Okay, Rigongar now has enlarged person, so he's much safer in melee. Awesome. Stop fidgeting. Take your armor. Careful.
See my destination.
As long as I have charge range, I'm fine. So right here we're gonna sing. And we are gonna charge this guy.
A reckoning is at
You turn that on, charge him. Mr. Leopard. I think you can maybe occupy these guys over here, and Mr. Doggy will go for the bandit leader as well.
I will protect.
And everybody else.
Cannot hide
Bandit
from me.
leader.
Never stop burning.
Forgot to drink this, but it's fine for the most part. And I'll see if I want to cast some spells.
Time for fun.
And hopefully there's no trap here. I don't think that is. Yeah, there's the alchemist. We'll go for him next. Or maybe just Ekundayo can focus on him. Now let's kill this guy first. Just make sure there's no problems here. He's taking some damage, but not that much damage. So let's help out here. And Cordampina, maybe she can stun that guy, that could help. Like this. Yeah, because he's gonna start tossing some fire bombs. Okay, he's stunned. This guy... I don't think he got stunned, but he's taking a lot of damage, which is good. Keep on going for the magic missiles. But yeah, he is resisting a lot of damage. Good. Magic missiles to the rescue. Kill this bitch. Dead. Okay. This is probably one of the toughest encounters in this region. So I'm happy that it is taken care of. We're gonna pick up all this stuff soon. And here we can see the cool items from the bandit leader. Yeah, this is the heavy shield I'm gonna show. Full plate and a belt. A masterwork bastard sword. I actually thought it was gonna be a +1. But she already has a +1, so it's fine. So, let's just look at them. We now have more carry weight because we are buffed with strength. So, full plate doesn't quite match what we have. This is the Protector of Unjust. This is the shield I was talking about that's cool for Harem. +2 heavy shield gives the wielder +2 resistance bonus on saving throws. Quite nice. Both its AC and saving throw bonuses increase by 2 against spells, abilities and attacks by good or lawful outsiders. That's the less good part, of course. Cannot be equipped by lawful or good characters. What else? We have a Belt of Mighty Constitution, which I'm going to give no one. Okay, good. That's actually a good sign. Means we are doing well. And what is my HP for my pets? We can use one of these. Okay. And take one of these. Okay, loot this guy. Natural armor +2. I could give it to Valerie, of course, but since she has bark skin, it's not as necessary. Same thing for Rigongar. I guess I can give it to Ekundayo. Just be happy with that. Sure. Okay, let's continue clearing out the area. I think there are more traps around here. Yup.
I will not falter.
You require my assistance? Child's play.
You drink that.
Require my counsel?
You can thank me
Perfect. That's all just experience for us. The stone is covered with soot. I think I forgot to inspect the petrified troll. Yep. The statue of a troll you realize is a rock troll caught in direct sunlight and turned to stone. Yeah, because I believe trolls caught in direct sunlight should be turned to stone.
I can see my destination.
Not that that's a mechanic we can use, you know, combat-wise, but just lore. And this guy should now be free because we've cleared out all of the traps in this region. So we can talk to him. And actually, I think I might want to buff,
Together we stand.
as I believe there is some kind of persuasion check. Okay, we have the blessing.
I am your shield.
Okay, we have that.
Keep your wits about you.
This is Wayne. A barefoot young man in tattered clothes stands before you. His eyes dart around wildly and his matted hair sticks up in dirty spikes. Help! Help! The young man yells, even though you're right in front of him. What's wrong with you? What happened? Help! The man's scream subsides as he finally notices your presence. I'm Wayne, he manages at last. His eyes are wide, so wide they look like they might fall out of his sockets. So, Wayne, what happened? Traders, we're traders, Lexington and me. Wayne waves his hand vaguely. As he relaxes, he starts to babble. We usually come to visit the local mage, bring him food, and he gives us magic trinkets in exchange. We last came a month ago, left him some supplies. We were riding back today and we wanted to stop and pick up an order he promised to complete. Well, Lexan stayed to guard the cart while I went to the mage's house. This mage has a bunch of traps around his house, scares off the trolls, you see. He even put a warning sign up by the road so people wouldn't get hurt. You just have to stick to the road. Trolls are stupid, can't read, so they get caught. But I didn't stick to the road. I thought I saw something glittering in the underbrush. Soon as I approached, boom! Suddenly I was flying upside down. Wayne lifts his hands sharply to mimic the blast. When I landed, I was too scared to move. So many traps around, I wouldn't survive a second boom. So, how long have you been standing here? Wayne stares at you blankly for a moment, then shrugs. 4 hours? Maybe more? Wait, you've been standing here screaming in fear for 4 hours because there might be traps around you? Wayne stares at you silently for a moment, then nods. What are your boots? Wayne looks at his feet, perplexed. He moves his toes as though trying to feel out the inside of an invisible boot. Boom, he answers at last. So, do you want to get back on the road? Wayne begins frantically nodding, then stops, thinks the matter over, and begins frantically shaking his head instead. So we have our lawful good, chaotic good, and neutral evil options. I'm gonna go naturally for the highest skill check here, and it also fits our alignment. Diplomacy 15, we have a bonus of 19. The way back to the road is free of traps, Wayne. We just came from there after we heard you screaming. Come on, we'll make sure you get back safely. We succeeded. I'll try. Just stay near, please. Maybe hold my hand. Or could you carry me, please? Could you? We don't have to carry him, thankfully.
I am yours to command.
We can turn off our song. And we can just go after him. After having cleared the entire area, of course. We don't want to start this before the traps are cleared, otherwise he might get himself killed. Thank you. Wayne's teeth are still chattering, but he seems to be focusing better. Thank you. You saved my life. Lawful good option. We found Lexan. He's dead. Here's his brush. Give it to his relatives so they have something to remember him by. This isn't worth any kind of special money. Might as well just give it to him. Dead? That's awful. May Pharasma save his soul. Yes, Lexan brought this brooch for his wife. Said it was a birthday present. Thank you. I'll make sure she gets it. And thanks again for all you've done for me today. We get 900 experience and we lose the turquoise brush. Which is, again, fine. What do we have here? Looks like these bandits died after triggering a trap. Oh, yeah. So I did think there was a bastard sword +1 around here, and there it is. Another trap. Go, Juby. Okay, we're doing fine. And we are going to try and find our mage friend after dealing with all of these. I feel like there shouldn't be many more left. Yeah, Bartholomew Delgado. I don't think there's any kind of persuasion check, but might as well just buff up in case. A middle-aged man stands before you. His clothes are not too gaudy, but tasteful. Despite living in the wilderness, he looks well-groomed, even dapper. His mustache is slick, and the nails on agile, soft hands are meticulously polished. What a pleasant surprise! Welcome, Your Grace. Would you like a cup of tea? Something stronger, perhaps? It's a great honor for a humble hermit, entertaining such an important personage? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Bartholomew Delgado, at your service. How may I be of assistance? Do you know anything about the local trolls who are resistant to fire? I've never heard anything like it. If this is true, I'll have to revise my defenses. Bartholomew suddenly goes silent, frowns, and closes his eyes. Your Grace, I'm afraid we must intermit that conversation for now. A moment ago, a troll was caught in one of my fire traps, and it was unharmed. I suggested a chance to explore its corpse would better equip me to answer your questions. My liege, I humbly request your protection. Please follow me. Yeah, sure. We'll accompany him. So, lead the way. We don't need to prepare. We are already buffed from the previous encounters. I don't think he can die here. Not actually entirely sure. But, you know, Let's try and make sure he doesn't die anyway. Okay, he's focused on my leopard, so we're fine. And dead. Good. Bartholomew walks around the troll's corpse. At least they're still vulnerable to steel and acid. Now let's look into why this creature lost its respect for fire. Bartholomew recites an incantation and waves his hand over the troll's chest, then points at a specific spot on it. There, branded on the flesh, is a symbol of a blacksmith's hammer encircled by thorn-studded vines. Whatever that is, that's the reason its flesh didn't burn. Ekun touches the brand carefully. A hammer, the sign of mighty Torag, god of artisans. No thorns should be there though. Maybe some secret symbol, or maybe deliberate blasphemy. Don't know. The wizard slowly makes an incision around the brand and then peels the flesh off, excising the brand completely. I must study this. Here is the key to my laboratory. Wait for me there. I will join you soon enough. Without another word, Bartholomew whispers an incantation and vanishes. And we got his key to enter his house, naturally. Let's pick up the loot from the troll. And we're gonna go back up to the house area. This seems to be locked, so let's buff Mr. Juby.
Yes. Child's play.
There we go. A cozy house stands away from the main roads, an excellent place for a hermit. There might still be a trap around here. We are gonna go into his house. And I think I can pick up everything right now. I feel like even if we're... oh, let me just... sorry. I don't think it's gonna affect anything, but might as well just not go in heavy. Okay, medium is fine. Leave. I will pick those up in a second. And over here, we are gonna get some additional checks. I believe the first check is perception. So I want to make sure... or I want to check who has the highest perception in my party. I think it's either going to be Valerie or Jubilost. Oh, or Ekundayo, that's right. 17 perception, 12 perception. Man, how does this guy have so much? Oh, he has Eyes of the Eagle. Correct. Okay, that makes sense. He has the same as Cordampina. Okay, so he has the highest perception score. So we are going to buff him up.
I stand ready.
Depend on me.
And we are going to sing our song of inspired competence. And get over here.
Stop.
Okay, there we go. This is locked.
I will not.
We buff up Juby.
You.
Juby opens it up. Oh, it's apparently wasn't even locked. And I think there's another perception check here.
Keep your eyes
Together
open.
we stand.
He missed it. Because there is
To your orders.
a trap over there. I'm pretty sure. So let's take...
Another should have it.
Wait, what? Sorry, can't do that. You can do it in Wrath of the Righteous, but you can't do it in Pathfinder Kingmaker. So you take this. And she will buff herself up. Let's see if we can find this.
That is quite a discovery.
Thank you. Okay, good. It's just mitigating some damage here. I don't think anybody would actually die doing this, but
Quiet. I'm thinking.
better safe than sorry, you know.
My skills are getting rusty.
you go over
I'll
there.
try.
I stand
And
ready.
now, before I forget, we do this, and we do that. And we buff up Mr. Juby.
So,
We
any
pray
brilliant
that he
ideas?
doesn't get himself blown up. Thank you.
Child's play. You can thank
And
me now.
unlocked. Awesome. So what do we pick up here?
Here.
Turn off our song.
You require my assistance?
Let's order by newest. And stop. I don't know why this is always buggy. The scroll bar keeps moving around unless you actually scroll. We have Bracers of Archery. These bracers empower the wearer to use any bow with a +2 competence bonus on attack rolls and a +1 competence bonus on damage rolls. So I would give this to Miss Cordampina, but for right now it's gonna go for Ekundayo, because naturally he's a better archer than her. And we also have a Cloak of Resistance, which I think nobody needs anymore. Oh, yes, Julos does. And that's it here.
Without a doubt.
Let's carry on. I don't think there are any more checks. Maybe one over there.
Together we stand.
Let's just see. No, I think there's no more checks, or if there are, I might have missed it, but it's fine. I don't think it really matters all that much. Okay. What kind of experiments does he conduct here?
There are many roads to success.
Serrated knives, stained needles, and manacles share shelves with flasks, vials, and chemicals. And we have Dimwit. Borba. A hoarse croak comes from behind the bars. Borba. The troll sitting in the cage is so thin you can see his ribs through the skin. Although you see no scars, his pelt is matted with dried blood and his eyes are dull and unfocused. Various knives, saws, and bloody manacles scattered around leave little doubt about what this troll has suffered. Borba! The troll croaks through clenched teeth. Kill me! Enough! It hurts! Here comes Bartholomew. Hopefully we'll have some insight as to why the trolls are resistant to fire. 900 experience, quite nice. Bartholomew rushes into the laboratory, waving the sample of branded troll skin excitedly. It was simpler than I thought. This is just a simple spell of fire protection. Any competent wizard could cast it. The unusual element was the way the spell was applied. This wasn't cast by any human hand though, oh no. The brand was stamped on with some artifact, which would make it possible to make trolls fire resistant in massive numbers. This is grave news for us all. My fire traps are useless now, and making acid traps will take time and resources. More importantly, for trolls to organize in such a way, there must be some greater intelligence operating behind the scenes. And if that's the case, the list of potential targets for a force that formidable is a short one. Bartholomew pauses, then begins to rummage through his lab. I promised you a reward, so please, accept these acid wards. I'm afraid you may need them soon. Yeah, so acid arrows on a wand is a good way to kill off trolls. So, first explain to me why this troll is in your cage. Bartholomew's eyes light up. Oh yes, this is the greatest project of my career. I'm exploring the regenerative abilities of trolls in the hopes of passing them on to humans. Can you imagine the possibilities? Pain, senility, mutilations, even death itself defeated. Oh, you weren't concerned I acquired the troll illicitly, were you? Don't worry, I purchased it legally. I'm not some poacher out roaming the Baron's woods. I sometimes have trouble accepting laws that would protect lowlifes like him, but he is within his rights unfortunately. Now here I'm gonna be honest, I don't exactly remember, but I do think that if you go against him, you will lose the ability later on to have a quest for him and also maybe have him in your barony. So we're gonna try and make sure he can keep doing what he's doing. And I think if you have Octavia with you, she gets upset if you go this route, but we don't, so it's fine. So again, we have chaotic good, lawful neutral, neutral chaotic neutral, lawful evil. We're gonna go for lawful neutral. It's the closest one to us without, you know, forcing him to set him free. This is a disgusting practice, but it doesn't violate any laws. I can't forbid you to continue your experiments. Unfortunately, those who prefer the law over anarchy must sometimes put up with such dilemmas. It is a difficult path, but the only right one, especially in the stolen lands. I'm pleased our minor ideological differences are respected. We might prove extremely useful to each other. Now, my faith in actually having him in my barony is quite low. as there will come a time where we have to save him from a bunch of trolls which are attacking him, and it is, in my opinion, quite difficult to save him playing on hard difficulty or unfair, especially if you don't have someone like a specialized control wizard with a lot of feats into conjuration plus a stinking cloud on top of the area. I think that's the best chance to actually save him, in my experience. With our current party, I don't think he's gonna live through it, but we'll see. Now we can speak to him again. Welcome, Your Grace. Always a pleasure to see you. And the reason why we want to speak to him again is, you know, we get some more information and we can also sell some stuff. Let's start with information. You seem to be an educated man. What are you doing in these woods? I'm simply a humble researcher in the field of esoteric sciences, and I've chosen this location to work in peace, away from the noise of the city. When the environment is quiet and the air is fresh, ink just begs to be set to paper. Those traps in the woods, are they yours? They're mine, yes. You see, while I'm happy to welcome guests, I prefer those who are capable of coherent speech. I've neither interest in nor desire to waste my time with fighting off every monster that comes across my dwelling. But I did leave a safe passage for those who can read. I even installed a sign. You must have seen it. The rock troll in the woods nearby, is it real? The one we fought, the one you found near the bandit camp? Oh yes, I'm quite proud of that one actually. You see, trolls rarely perish in traps. If they manage to break free from one, their animal cunning usually helps them avoid further traps. But that rock troll was trapped just before dawn, so he had no way to avoid the sunrise. Now he just stands there, serving as a demonstration of sorts. It's useful both for my research and as a ward against unwelcome guests. What about local bandits? Do they bother you here? They tried once, now they make every effort to stay away. They only show up if they don't have any other options, and even then they just politely ask me to enchant their arrows. Sometimes even those who can read get caught in your traps. A trader by the name of Wayne, for instance. Oh, Wayne. Frankly, I wonder what was going on in his brain that it just rushed into the forest, being perfectly aware of the danger. Obviously, if you hadn't rescued him, I would. Just a bit later, after he'd learned this lesson. Okay, fair enough. Thank you for satisfying my curiosity. I'm always happy to help those who seek knowledge. A question about the traps. No, everything's done. We can kill him. Do you have anything for sale? Certainly. So here, let's see what he has. A ring of protection +2, which is, you know, handy, but not super necessary. Vast intelligence headband. A giant slayer's clasp. This necklace gives its wearer an inherent +2 dodge bonus to AC against the attacks of monsters with giant subtype. This would be an interesting item to give to Valerie, because in this area of the game there will be a lot of trolls, and trolls are of the giant subtype. This is useful. If I wanted to learn some spells on Octavia, for instance, I could purchase Fireball and Haste here. This is part 1. Let me see. Because if you remember me talking about this, we do want Of Transmutations and Bodily Poisons books. We already have part 1, so there's no point in purchasing this. I will get a bag of holding small. 2,500 gold is a good enough price. Let's see if it works. So we can carry 1,571 as our medium top end. It didn't change, but it worked. Okay. I'm confused about this UI, but it worked. Let's sell all of our unnecessary stuff. This is still fine. 3,000 gold. Just checking if there's anything in here that I might want to save. No, all this can go away. So this shield, I won't actually be using it. Two-bladed sword, same thing. A short sword is actually cool. Don't see myself using it, but I will take it. The half plate +1 when we have a full plate +1 can go away. Breastplates +1, I have 1 +2. These can go away. And I think all of these can go away. I'll just keep the studded leather. Or actually, this is medium. Yeah, can go away. So what else? Falcata can go. This can go. I want to keep the cold iron dagger to get rid of immunities based on cold iron. This can go, we have better. This can go. This I'll keep. Keen Kukri I will keep. 2 Kukris +1, we can sell 1. Psi +1 can go away. And I think we're fine with what we have right now. So 14,000 gold coming our way is always a good thing. I don't think it will be necessary for me to worry about the Giant Slayer's clasp, especially for 9,000 gold. I think we don't really need it. So I am fine with just leaving it there. We can also sell this. Okay. Just want to check something here. We have 2 bracers of armor +1. This can stay with her, yes. You have armor, so it doesn't make a difference. I'm just looking at the crossbows here. This is strictly better than what I'm using, right? Except maybe for the weight. Yeah, I remember this. I had made this decision before. Okay, this can get out of here. You have... Wait, you have a longbow? I forgot this guy had a longbow. Yeah, take the composite one. I'm missing out on a lot of damage here. So 3 to 10 goes to 6 to 13. Yeah, much better. 1 to 7, that's fine. What if I gave you this? This is strictly better right now. Okay. We lose out on 1 AC, but we get a lot of damage on this end. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let me just check if there's something here that would make me choose something different. No, so point blank shot, precise shot, and then spell focus and boon companion, everything is okay. We don't need to change anything on that front. Okay, I believe that's all I want from this guy.
I can see my destination.
You are using what you are supposed to be using. Okay. So we can leave. We're gonna go outside, we're gonna pick up whatever we missed before. I think there are some locked chests around the area, plus the other gear that was left out. Like for example over here. Tiny Jubilost is a fun Jubilost. Some gold, always welcomed. Some sweet syrup. Okay, loot and I imagine that this bandit only has what we dropped before, like the armor pieces. Yeah, for sure. Medium encumbrance is fine. We're gonna sell these very, very soon. And then we have this over here. But yeah, for the most part, this area isn't very dangerous. There's a lot of traps, which can give you a lot of experience. Especially if you want to stack experience on your main character only, and he's able to disarm. It's also a good source of experience. And I really do think that the main fight in this region is the bandit camp over there. The bandit leader, especially if you allow him some time to live, and he's able to buff up, he can be quite nasty. The bark is charred and blackened in places. Oops. Nothing special. Okay. So we're gonna sell the stuff we just picked up, and then we're gonna leave. Where we are going next, I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to look at the map and decide. Initially, I was thinking about making a quick stop at the Barony but the main purpose of that was to sell stuff. And since we are able to sell here,
To success.
there's no real need to do that. Okay. So just sell all of that. Sometimes for this amount of gold I wouldn't even bother. But since the guy was right here, you know, might as well. 200 gold is more than 0 gold. Okay, we are lightly encumbered, it's fine. Come on, people. Sometimes they run, sometimes they walk. I've never been able to figure out exactly if there is a trick to do this. So, by the way, I've checked online. If anybody knows a way to consistently make sure that the characters run
Without a doubt.
instead of walking, please let me know. I would be very thankful. Because waiting for them to just walk around is kind of annoying. Okay, so we do have a kingdom event. We have a bandit camp and we have a cobalt trail. This is for Ekun's leads. Verdant chambers is for later, Hodaglair. And then we also have the swamp witch's hut, troll clearing, dwarven ruins, and the Candlemere Tower. A lot of stuff to do here. I think I am going to explore this region and go to my Barony for the kingdom event. And then likely I'm gonna go for the bandit camp there. Candlemere Tower is something that I think we could do, but I would prefer to leave for until we have at least like one more level. Because Candlemere Tower can be very, very annoying due to the AC of certain enemies there. Oh, okay. Maybe this was the event? Stefano Mosconi, the man before you reeks of vanity. His black hair is curled, styled and generously waxed, from the hair atop his head to the points of his moustache. His cheeks and forehead are powdered white, giving him a pallid look. His hand rests casually on the golden hilt of his rapier. As he approaches, a mean, sly smile appears on his face, clearly practiced and prepared in advance. Ah, the ruler of this barony. I'm flattered by your attention. Sir Stefano Mosconi of Pitax at your service. The man performs a derisive bow. What brings a Pitaxian noble to my barony? I was just traveling back home to glorious Pitax after paying a visit to Restov, all in service of King Castruccio Dovetti. I thought I might take a day to visit the capital of Pitax's bold new neighbor. Sir Stefano sniffs, then grins. I must say, I really should have spared myself the trouble. It's hardly worth seeing. Yeah, so, all sorts of different flavor options. I'm gonna go with the lawful good one. I'm always open to criticism so long as it's fair and reasonable. Well then, I'll gladly give you my report. Sir Stefano's voice takes on a condescending tone. Follow along on your fingers, assuming you can count. 1. Your army is weak. You lack the guards to properly defend your land, so you must choose between the villages, the towns, and the trade routes. And the reason why I'm reading about this guy is that he plays a little bit of an important, well, a tiny relevant role in the game, so... 2. Your economy is in shambles. Is in shambles? You have to personally resolve an issue of tax collection from some lowly inn, and it seems your treasury even depends upon this handful of coins. And 3. Your culture is, well, non-existent really. What do you even have? No art galleries, no universities. Sir Stefano waves his hand dismissively. Your capital may as well be a cowshed, with you a donkey sitting atop a heap of hay. Yeah, not a very nice person, this one. Perhaps there's a touch of truth to your words, but my barony is still very young. Everything will be different soon. If anything ever changes here, it'll be the number of dung flies, and that will only grow. Ah, well. I shan't continue this slaughter. No use battling someone who can't even fight back. All the best. Sir Stefano performs a mocking bow. Yeah, we're good people. If I wanted, I think I could execute the guy. But we'll decide what to do with him later on, I believe. Oh, an item perhaps? Yeah. Unfazed by the awkward silence, Bokken searches through his bag for quite a while. Finally, he pulls out a sizable brown paper package. There you go, a little something from old Bokken. And we got the acerbic ring. If you ever need anything in particular, just let me know. If you're not sure, I'll go home and think of something myself. My bones ache. So this is our first encounter with an artisan. At least I think it is. Artisans will periodically bring you items. And you can actually ask them to craft something specific. So let's see what are our options. Bokken nods and pulls a piece of coal and a scrap of paper from his sleeve. He takes his time smoothing it out before giving another solemn nod. We can ask for potions, we can ask for oils and ointments, or we can ask for alchemical items. And I do think that alchemical items are more useful than these two, so we're gonna go for this. Bokken carefully writes something down on a scrap of paper. Very good. And if you want to buy anything else, just come around. Oh, and while I'm here, there's a book that I've always wanted to read, of transmutations and bodily poisons. Haha. In 3 volumes. If you were to find it for me, I could produce something most remarkable for you. Something that might even... Bokken cuts himself short. Oh well, there's no use in empty words. But they say there's an ancient formula hidden in one of these books. Bring me the books and I'll brew the potion for you. I know that the old beldame, the old witch that lives in the swamps, had one of these volumes in her hut, gathering dust. She must still have it for sale, I imagine. As for the other 2 volumes, I have no idea. You might look in a magic shop, or in the bookcase and locked drawers of other alchemists if you happen across their possessions in your adventures. Bokken grins, bows to you, and leaves the throne room with a shuffling walk. So yeah, if you don't tell him what you want specifically, he will just craft something randomly from his, the choices. And now we have the ancient formula. Bring Bokken 3 volumes of alchemical treatise of transmutations of bodily poisons. This is what I've been talking about since the start of the game. And we're gonna look at what else we have for our barony. Triumph on this problem, success on the meeting, and now we also have a problem based on Fey magic. We can give this one to Tristan, he has a good success chance, and start the event. We have no rank ups, we are full on the projects, and that's essentially it. Okay. This has been dealt with. We are going to check if we can sell some more stuff here. Well, not sell, but just get the gold. So relics, 2,900. Okay, artifacts. So I have something to craft. Not yet. I will also exhaust the dialogue with Jubilost. I don't think we've done that yet. Yep. Okay. I'm just paying attention so I don't pick anything that might piss him off. Actually, I'm actually gonna read this because I think this might matter for the course of the game. So I'm asking about the first world. What is it? It's huge, wild, and extremely unfriendly to the unprepared traveler. Nothing remains constant there. Matter changes before your eyes. What was a mountain yesterday becomes a river today. And that river flows upwards. The trees touch the sky. The heat of the desert can melt metal, and hurricane winds can tear a person apart. But it would be wrong to think of the first world as the plane of total destruction. That's a lot of text. The first world is so called because it is believed to be the god's first draft of a subsequent plane that would later split into the material plane and the shadow plane. It is coterminous with the material plane and the shadow plane, but exists outside the standard cosmology, being somehow behind the other 2 planes. The unfinished first world lacks universal fixed laws of physics. Regions of the first world remain as test grounds for different unfinished and sometimes mutable and evolving physical properties. Gravity is inconsistent between parts of the first world, and the speed of light is arbitrary and variable. Where these regions overlap, the reactions between these inconsistent laws can be unpredictable. The first world is home to all manner of strange creatures, apparently prototype versions of the plants and animals of the material plane, although its chief inhabitants are Fae, the most powerful of which are the creatures known as the Eldest. So, interesting lore for the game. And I'm gonna say this again, even though I'm skipping all of these because it's a very long dialogue and, you know, I've read this a ton of times, it is a cool thing to read for anybody playing the game for the first time. Creation is just as important there. The deserts spring alive into forests, and when the hurricane subsides, animals emerge from hiding. Huge, wild, as untamed as the world itself. The first world epitomizes life in its original chaotic meaning. There's a theory that gods used the first world as a training ground to practice their ability to create matter. They then abandoned the first world to its own fate and wandered off to create Galarian. So I believe this is our main planet. The planet Galarian orbits a yellow sun in the far reaches of the material plane. Third of 11 in orbit, this blue planet contains vast oceans and lush green lands and is the perfect environment for countless cultures. Indeed, Galarian is the most populous planet in the solar system. Its innately hospitable and life-sustaining environment is presumably the work of the gods, so astronomers sometimes refer to Galarian as the Child. Astronomers of other planets, however, often refer to Galarian as the Cage, in reference to its cosmic role as the prison of the mad god Rovagug, who lies bound at the world's core. Some say the inhabitants of the first world still hold a grudge against the gods for this. Okay, so who rules the first world? It's commonly assumed that the Eldest rule it. They are overseers, but more just a glorified version of Fey Lords. Power attracts pompous blockheads in every world. What are you hinting at? I'm only fulfilling my duty. Jubilee starts you with interest. Yes, yes, duty. Protecting your subjects and restoring order. Objectives so noble I could weep. Unfortunately, noble objectives can coexist perfectly happily with pompous blockheads. Are you quite sure you're not one of those? But let's get back to the first world. The Eldest possess the power to keep matter in the first world in a more or less constant state. That's why the Fae treat them as demigods and offer them prayers, just as we offer prayers to Desna, Erastil, or even Lamashtu. So the Eldest. No beings rule the chaotic and changeable plane known as the First World, the home of the Fae. But its most powerful residents are the mighty beings known as the Eldest, sometimes known as the Fey Lords or the Shapers. They each pursue their own mysterious goals and have little interest in the doings of lesser creatures. Okay, I don't think this matters too much. Yeah. Okay. We've talked about this. I don't think that matters. You're not very friendly. Lawful good. Let's not send them away. Thank you for the conversation. I have to go now. Come back when you run out of clever ideas again. Okay, so I think that's all of our people talked to, I believe. So we can go out again. I'm just thinking if I need to change something or if I need to purchase something. Let me think. I think I'm fine without any of these things that I'm thinking about. I have run resist fire. Yeah, but just in case... In case we come to a point where we find some will-o-wisps without having some more levels on our characters, I do want to have some scrolls of resistances. Otherwise, this could be a short run. Okay, so we're gonna talk to Jod Kafkin. Oh, Kafkin, yes. I never know how to pronounce his name.
How may I serve you, your...
And what I want from him is... I guess we can always take an additional scroll of protection from fire. And I also want one from electricity. Yeah, that's the main reason why I came here. And I also want resistance. 2 electricity. I want 2 of them and 1 more of fire. You know, just in case. And everything else is fine. And this is so expensive, Jesus. Okay. Deal. Ah, right. So we have our acerbic ring, before I forget. This is what Bokken gave us. When these rings wear attacks with bombs, they deal an additional 1d6 damage. So, pretty cool for Jubilost. There you go. I'm not actually sure if having multiple acerbic rings stack. I will test this out, because I don't remember. But we are looking good so far. Let's leave. No, this is a tavern. I don't think I want to go to the tavern. Find more about trolls, find more about... and check out Ikun's leads. Yeah, okay. We shall go back to the world map. Did I forgot to rest, didn't I?
There are many roads to success.
Sorry, forgot to rest. We are gonna go into our bedroom and have a good night's sleep. And then we're gonna carry on.
Without a doubt.
There's no point in going out into the wilderness just to have to rest again. When it's much safer to do so here. Can I just press this button? I think I can. Yeah, I can. So we are rested. And now we can leave. Wait. What's going... Oh! Okay. A peasant woman, her face soaked with tears, approaches you quickly. Jenna. Oh, your grace, woe is me. I've met my darkest hour, you are my last hope. By all the gods ever prayed to, don't leave me in need. My name is Jenna Tennyson. Our village is a short way from here. It's been 2 days since my boy, Tig, ran away, and I haven't seen him since. We've searched and searched, but it's no use. If you don't find him, no one else will. Do you have any idea where he might be? Jenna looks around cautiously and whispers. There's this old hag in the narlmarches, a swamp witch. I won't say her name out loud, don't you even ask. The mere thought of her chills the blood in my veins. She has the evil eye, and she eats people. She even turns into a black raven and soars in the sky. It's sure as day that she took my boy. Do people disappear frequently there? They sure do. There are so many hazards around, it's hard to name them all. Wild beasts in the forest, and monsters and some troblins, and bandits, and whatever. Even adults have hard time surviving here, and for the little kids... Oh... Okay, I'll try and find them. Oh, your grace, thank you so much. I'll be praying to Eddasil to grant you long life. If there's any news, I'll be nearby in the tavern. May the good God help you. The sobbing woman leaves. And one more loyalty point, and we get a new quest. The Lost Child. And another event, apparently. Oh, it's just... okay. It was just to give me the success. We're gonna leave. I actually forgot to check if I want to change some of the spells on Cordampina. This looks fine. This looks like maybe it should be something else. Maybe more protection from alignment. But I think it's mostly okay for right now. Maybe an Eagle Splendor for my character or Rigongar. This one looks fine. I can always swap Animate Dead for Resist Energy if I do need it. Yeah, we're good. We are going to leave. We still have our Emerald. My party is looking good. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. There's too many things for me to remember. I don't remember if I've taken out the gear from Amiri. I seem to have. Okay, we still have the glaive +1 on her, which is fine. I don't see myself swapping the glaive for what Rigongar has currently, especially against trolls. So I think I'll leave it as is. Yeah, we're fine, we're fine. Okay, so yeah, once again, sorry. Go back to the world map. I'm gonna decide my next destination, and that's probably gonna be the end of the episode. But I do feel I'm gonna go for the closest areas for us. Probably my next destination is gonna be the Bandit camp. And after the Bandit camp, we're gonna go to the Cobalt Trail. So yeah, here, then there. And then likely we're gonna start making our way down, you know, into the Swamp Witch's hut, troll clearing, and only after that are we gonna go for the Dwarven Ruins. There's also an inn somewhere around this region, I don't remember exactly where, I think it's like over here, where we can rest and get some supplies. We're gonna leave this for later, and the Lost Child quest I think takes place either here or here. Okay, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, this will be it for this episode, my friends. As always, I want to thank you all for being here with me in the channel, watching some Pathfinder Kingmaker. If you have any questions or suggestions, you know what to do, leave a comment below. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for more. Many more videos coming soon, and it's also a free and easy way to support the channel. I hope to see you all in the next episode, and until then, stay safe everyone.